The next case here is a case in which I utilize peristaltic and Venturi pumps within the same case, which is really my standard practice. Generally, I don't use just Venturi within the case, but I utilize both, and there's benefits to doing that, which I'll get into in just a few seconds. So capsulorhexis as standard procedure. With a peristaltic pump, you control the aspiration rate, and the vacuum is a function of how much occlusion you have at the tip, which is different than the Venturi pump, in which vacuum is always live at the tip. So in this case now, I'm going in with my Phaco probe, and I'm cleaning up a little bit of the cortical material on top of the nucleus, and then I impale and again do a horizontal quick chop. Again, you can see here that when I do my second and third chops, I'm really using the probe as a point of counter resistance rather than actively aspirating throughout the chopping motion. I'll aspirate a little bit, try to get a little purchase, and then continue my chop all the way around. As I rotate the lens, I will chop the entire nucleus into 5 or 6 or fragments or so, and then switch to Venturi to actually remove the nuclear fragments. So in a second here, you'll see changing to Venturi. And the way you know you're in Venturi is because the only thing you control is the vacuum. So now that the aspiration is gone, the Venturi pump has been activated, and you can see here the pieces come very, very efficiently to the tip. And for the majority of the case, my Phaco emulsification probe is in the center of the eye, which is a very safe place to be. Rotating the nucleus around to the other side. You can also see, because of the efficiency with this method, the amount of actual Phaco power used is very little. And the remaining fragments come out quite efficiently, and as you can tell, there's no surge, post-occlusion surge. Because of the FX handpiece, you don't really generate true occlusion at the tip here, and therefore you don't have the risk of surge when you get a post-occlusion break. Now I'll move on to IA, and very little cortex left in this patient. But with IA, again here, you don't have to occlude the tip to generate vacuum. Therefore, the IA becomes more efficient, and those remaining tags of cortex come out easily. The other thing, since moving to Venturi, is because you have control over the full range, and with my settings, I don't necessarily use the polish setting anymore. Because I have low range control on the low range, I'm able to polish by just gently pressing down into foot position 2 and safely polish the capsule. Removing any peripheral tags of cortex, and you can see here a very nice cortical cleanup. This again is a one-piece ZC Boo going into the eye, and I think an easy way to get comfortable with the Venturi pump is to actually start at this step. You have your IOL in place protecting your bag, and you get a sense for how powerful but safe the Venturi pump is. And so you go in, you'll find that the viscoelastic really just comes out of the eye very, very efficiently, the cohesive viscoelastic here. I still move around a little bit to make sure that I'm not leaving any viscoelastic remaining in the eye. But you generate very high amounts of vacuum with this pump, 600 millimeters of mercury here.